Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Iliana Magro, and here are the top headlines of the day in Greece. Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis met with the newly sworn-in German Chancellor Friedrich Merz in Berlin today in their first meeting since the formation of the new German government. The two leaders discussed bilateral relations, cooperation within the EU, migration and international policy issues, with an emphasis on Ukraine. Later tonight, the Greek Premier will speak at the annual conference of the Economic Council Germany, where he will be honored for the government's reforms and the recovery of the Greek economy. Now, engine oils, and specifically silicone oils, could have created the large explosion and fireball that followed the deadly Tempe train crash in February 2023, according to a new expert report on the accident published today. The report, which aimed to discover what caused the fireball, was commissioned by the appellate examining judge conducting the investigation, Sotiris Bakaimis, and executed by Dimitris Karonis, a professor at the National Technical University of Athens. In the 123-page report, Mr. Karonis explains that silicone oils can ignite at temperatures of 330 degrees Celsius and above, under the conditions created by the accident. The expert based his findings on analysis and data from the General State Chemical Laboratory, on-site inspections, material sampling from the accident scene, international scientific data, and evaluations. Based on the above observations, the formation of a fireball under conditions of high current electric arc is possible. This means that in the case of the tragic accident under investigation, it is also a possibility, since flashes attributed to an electric arc have been recorded, he states in his analysis. A second report, delivered to the investigative judge today, found that parts of the cockpit and the frames of the freight train are not burned and therefore do not indicate an explosion. They only bear deformations from the impact caused by the collision of the two trains. In other news, police in Thessaloniki have confiscated a large quantity of cocaine hidden in a container loaded with bananas from Ecuador at the city's port. 50 plastic packages containing more than 57 kilograms of the so-called white powder were hidden in the refrigeration mechanisms of the container. The value of the drugs is estimated at about 1.6 million euros. Besides the drugs, the container was also seized, as well as a portable tracking device found with the drugs, presumably to track the route of the cargo. A preliminary investigation is being carried out by the Central Port Authority of Thessaloniki. Now, last night, the Greek Minister for Citizen Protection, Michalis Chrysochoidis, and the Italian Interior Minister, Matteo Piantedosi, signed two memoranda of cooperation. The first concerns joint patrols by Greek and Italian police officers, which will be carried out this summer. They also agreed on cooperation between the Greek and Italian police forces in the fight against drugs and organized crime. The two ministers also discussed border protection and the need to strengthen cooperation between Greece and Italy in that field as well. Now, in other news, JP Morgan plans to withdraw its €900 million lawsuit against Greek fintech Viva Wallet in the UK, but will continue pursuing legal action in the startup's home country, Sifted website reported today. The financial services giant filed suits in Greece and the UK in January, demanding €917 million in damages for losses made on its 2022 investment. Finally, an estimated record number of 1.4 million Turkish tourists are expected to travel to Greece this year, according to a report by the Turkish Hoteliers Association. At the same time, around 800,000 Greeks are expected to visit Turkey. And that's all for today. Tune in again tomorrow for Greece's first English language news bulletin. And ladies and gentlemen, have a good afternoon.